the sidelines, and we are ready to turn up the volume for 25 pulsating laps. The front row is occupied by Charles Beal and Rich Shawn. Rich Shawn made a very fine showing of himself last week. As they whirlwind their way off the corner, it is Beal who moves in front of the three-wide circus behind him.
Absolute traffic jam of limited sportsman cars out of turn number 2. Your leader is Charles Beal. He's the real deal. Bo Norman drops into second.
And trouble in the turn. Al Stone involved. And Chicolas also in the middle of it. As they went sideways and came down, the high favorite, James Warner. And he is doing a great job so far as we get ready to get up to speed. And a front row occupied by Beal in the 66. And Charles will be accompanied by Rich Shawn.
Okay, side by side, Shawn in the Bradford Autos number 4 car. Shawn Monuments on the outside, the Lehigh number 66 takes the lead. Carnes Automotive goes into turn number 1, and your leader, Charles Beal.
And trying to hang on for second is that number 4 car of Ifo drops to third, and moving into the number 2 position as the yellow comes back out, it was Bo Norman. But the yellow is
there with flat tires as they're trying to repair them and get them back out on the right track.
Well, we could tell why Porter needed rubber, because he hit that wall extremely convincingly. And Brayman, he is without a hood, so we have several drivers here without their toupees. We'll see if that matters as we get ready to go to green flag racing.
Okay, and ready and on the gas is Charles Beal. Nice restart there. Not so nice for Rich Shawn. He drops back to third. Bo Norman in second. A spinner right here on the front stretch.
As Fisher is in the weeds, let's see if he can get out. And it doesn't. Now it looks like he is moving. So Brandon Fisher gets on the asphalt. We will finish the first lap. And the 66 of Charles Beal is out in front.
Okay, Beal has the field covered so far, but Bo Norman is breathing down his back. Norman, a heat win earlier tonight, has that number 12 car hooked up.
Yeah, last night that car was in the middle of mayhem a week ago. And right now it is crazy glued to the back bumper of the Charles Beal car. Shawn is in third. Adrian Paradis looking to make a move up, and Monty Gibbs is right there with him. So as they swing their way off the corner, Gibbs making a lunge on the outside. 3 wide. Who will get fried? It is Shawn who backpedals. Sean Monahan almost got caught up in it, but Gibbs survives, and he is a master of those 3 wide moves.
Boy, scary there for Rich Shawn. That car came off at turn number 4. Looked like it almost died, but he's okay, and he's still running in the top 10, but going backwards is the number 4 of Rich Shawn.
As he got squirted backwards like a banana peel, but he is able to regroup now, as Rich Shawn was as high as 3rd place in this race. Now the battle intensifies for 3rd and 4th, and almost is 3 wide again. Sticking his nose in here is Myers. He backs off, and it's a 2-way battle between Paradise and Gibbs.
Yeah, Paradise and Gibbs going side by side. Out of turn number 4 last time by, looked like Gibbs is going to go into the wall.
And he was able to stabilize that car. 4 cars battling for the number 3 position. Now Hadley moves up, and Al Stone, as badly damaged as that car is, he has moved into the top 10.
Boy, look at the live wire. Chris Meyer, he moves into the 4th position now with the number 87 car.
And he said that car is not as good as it was a week ago before he was involved in a serious wreck. Right now, he is able to excavate his way underneath Gibbs, and he has moved into 3rd place. So Meyer is definitely on a comeback trail. Here's Gibbs underneath Paradise, and Gibbs has swashbuckled his way into 4th. Hadley is in the middle of it.
Jordan Hadley trying to get to the rear bumper of Monty Gibbs now. Make that to the rear bumper of Sean Monahan.
Yeah, that is Monahan in 31.
We got a spinner.
And the car goes into the shadows right by the flagpole. We'll see if he can get far enough out of the way so that we can continue. And the answer is no. So a car went into the dark shadows. And Charles Beal has been pretty good on starts and restarts so far tonight. Let's see if he can continue that MO as they helter-skelter their way off the corner. Dead even between Beal and Norman.
Boy, Bo Norman right there. Also the 55, Machina Monty Gibbs on the outside. Here comes the 87, the live wire, Chris Meyer.
He asserts himself as he nudges his way underneath Norman. And Chris Meyer trying to roller coaster his way into second place. He does. Right behind him is Sean Monahan on the inside in the 31. To his outside is Beal. And now trying to thread the needle is Monty Gibbs.
Time to get on the gas for Charles Beal. Tries to pull away from Chris Meyer, but Meyer, it looks like he's going to get to the rear bumper of the real deal, Charles Beal.
And maybe that car isn't as good as it was a week ago for Chris Meyer, but you would never know trouble for Young as he winds up in Scott's Turf Builder country. He will try to get pointed around in the right direction, and now the yellow comes out on lap number 11. As we heard these.
Yeah, a little bit of damage to that 75 car, so it's kind of maybe keeping him off the pace just a touch.
Yeah,
but
he
he's
was
still
involved in that early, our first of many.
11 down, 14 to go, and so far it's all Charles Beal, but he's got a new neighbor here with the 87 of Chris Meyer.
And Clemens is out of the action as we get ready to fireball our way off the line. Great breakaway for Charles Beal. Second is up for grabs. Here comes Monahan to the inside, and Meyer is able to hold him off.
Sean Monahan's got the 31 cranking into turn number 3, and look at the outside. Here comes Chris Meyer.
And now to the outside of Hadley is Bo Norman, so he is in the middle of the fight. We have a new leader as Chris Meyer is able to dart his way into the lead. The closest man to him is Charles Beal, but there is some rabble-rousing deeper in the pack as Sean Monahan is trying to jackknife his way around that 66. And speaking of jackknife, Hadley and Norman are going at it for fourth.
Hadley to the inside, Norman to the outside, fourth position at stake, and Hadley gets the spot.
And taking advantage of that situation as Norman drifted up close to the scoreboard was Monty Gibbs. Now moving up, trying to get underneath Norman is Al Stone. That car is battered and bruised, and around goes Norman. And Norman rusts up against the turn 2 wall.
Looked like a right flat tire on the number 12 car, so a good run gone bad for Bo Norman.
Race in New Hampshire, and we will have an autograph session, a question and answer session in front of the starter stand. So he will be in town 1 week from tonight.
Wow. Always fun when Ryan Priest shows up. And, boy, we're going to have a great field of modifieds next week. We still have a great feature here, though. The Limited Sportsman with Chris Meyer to the inside of the number 66, Charles Beal. Beal, a nice start right there, Matt. Goes side by side with Meyer.
Yeah, but a better start for Meyer as he is trying to escape the clutches of Beal. The top 3 could fit in a lampshade. Look at Monahan as he is trying to pierce his way underneath the 66. They pepper their way into the corner. Al Stone contact with the Beal car. 3 wide on the outside is Gibbs. Whenever you see a 3 wide in a Sportsman, Gibbs is usually involved, and we have a yellow.
Okay, we had several cars get off the speedway into turn number 4 there, and I believe it's for the dirt.
I think he has won in every division except the mini stocks. He won an Enduro earlier this year. Remember, we have 2 Enduros tomorrow. And let's see what he does. Going to the outside of Meyer. Meyer almost going sideways. They almost come together. They do clip each other. And Meyer is able to jitterbug his way into the lead.
Door handle to door handle. Side by side for the lead. Monahan's got that outside groove flying. The 31 car's your leader on turn number 4.
Top 2 could fit in a lobster claw. Here comes Meyer. Inside leverage. Will he make it work? It is third is the 66 of Charles Beal. Stone is behind him. Waterman in 5th, Gibbs is 6th, but the action is up at the front as they whiplash their way across the line. The lead is still held by Sean Monahan.
Good clean racing for the lead, side by side. Meyer to the inside, Monahan to the outside. Give the advantage up now to the live wire, Chris Meyer.
Bo Norman out of the race after a good run in the early going. Here comes Meyer to the inside. He is able to clear the number 31 of Monahan as a diagonal move. He hit the jackpot, Chris Meyer.
Monahan seems to be losing a little bit of ground there to Meyer. Meyer now with a 3-car length advantage. Make that 2 now as Monahan tries to reel him in.
You know, the Velvet Hammer will not be given up. A stalemate for third and fourth. Beal on the inside, Stone on the outside. Stone does not want Meyer to pick up too many positions on him, and he is able to steamroll his way to the outside, and he is going to take Waterman with him.
Yeah, Charles Beal, he had himself a podium going, but now back to 4th spot. Here comes the 75 of Waterman. He's trying to get to the outside of him.
And Waterman has made it click on the outside. Now he has to worry about Monty Gibbs. Almost losing it was Waterman, as Gibbs giving him time to make the correction. But we have a problem, and the yellow comes back out. It turns 3 and 4. It cost him some panels on the right front, but didn't cost him any tenacity, as he is hanging in there against Charles Beal. Beal started on the pole, has only lost a few positions, so it's been a good night for the real deal, looking for his second podium of the year. He has a second place finish, and that has been it as far as podiums.
Here we go, another great restart for Sean Monahan. He'll take the lead into turn number 1.
And let's see if Meyer can fight back as he jackhammers his way underneath the 31 of Monahan. They are dead even, frozen together like twin pops as they go into the 4th corner. It is Meyer who's going to come out of the corner with the lead.
Monahan now dips down in front of Stone. He takes over 2nd spot, but he is we got problems in turn number 4.
And Young this time is one of the culprits to bring out, as there is no wheeling tour next week. And then the week after, they'll be going to Riverhead. So we are ready to launch a critical restart between Meyer and Monahan as they come up to speed.
Okay, here we go. Monahan, another great restart. He draws even with Meyer. Monahan trying to clear the number 87 car.
It usually takes Meyer 2 turns to get hot, but Monahan, with a lunge, he is able to move in front by a half a car length.
Sean Monahan sideways out of turn number 4 on the outside lane, and they come together in turn number 1.
Like 2 cymbals in an orchestra. And now that might have springboarded Chris Meyer into the lead. They greyhound their way into the 4th corner. Here is Meyer. He flings it off the corner. He is 2 laps away from victory, but Monahan, he is loitering on his back bumper.
Monahan doing everything in the book to get around Meyer. Now he's got an inside shot. 3 wide out of turn number 2. Way up high goes the 51 car. Make that the 52 car of Stone. He's going to lose several positions. White flag is out for Chris Meyer, but Al Stone is in trouble. Stone goes all the way to the back of the pack. Down the backstretch one last time, the 31 and the 87, waging war into turn number 3. Here they come out of turn number 4. Your winner, it will be the live wire. Chris Meyer, Monahan in 2nd, Waterman all the way up to 3rd.
All over you. Very pesky tonight. How were you able to hold them off?
I don't know. We just it was a really good race. I think it was probably a 50-50, man. That was a blast. I knew Sean wasn't going to let me have it. I knew it was going to be a race. And anytime you see these 3 cars on the podium, you know you probably watched the best show of the night.
And who would you like to acknowledge for getting you into victory lane for the 3rd time this year?
My whole crew, there's so many people that work in the car. My dad, Sean, my sister Brittany, my brother Danny, who unfortunately had a technical problem, didn't be able to run the feature tonight. It was supposed to be his first race. And there's my Andy, Jeff Granger. There's so many people. My wife and baby's here. This is my baby's 3rd win. And all my sponsors, 32 Signs, 7-Eleven, Trees Pools and Spas, Falvies.com. We had a really good car and put on a heck of a show.
And he always does. The live wire, Christopher Meyer in 2nd, coming very close to getting his first win of the season. The Velvet Hammer, Sean Monahan. What was the difference between you and the live wire tonight?
He had the bottom lane. That was about the big difference. But, you know, he's going for a championship down here. I wouldn't give him, it may have looked rough to you guys, but I wouldn't give him more than he could handle. He's a heck of a shoe. He's come a long way. I wish him the best. I got to tell you, I spent the day at home dropped my son off at the in-laws. We showed up at the track with no practice. I don't bring any spares, and that's what really makes this a whole blast. So I congratulate Chris Meyer, and it's really nice to be down here on the podium. I have to thank Bruce Thomas Jr., who's one heck of a chassis guy, Mark Andrade, Muggsy, my wife Jennifer for putting up with me, and I got to thank Norman. Man, we're just having a blast. Maybe I'll come out for the Enduro tomorrow if it don't rain.
Considering all the time he has spent here at the Speedbowl, he shouldn't need any practice. Sean Monahan. And finishing in third, he follows up last week's victory with a third-place finish, Ryan Waterman. And Ryan, you picked up a lot of positions at the end of the race. How were you able to do it?
Just never gave up. Not too bad for a bent front clip right now, is it?
No, as it was a little calamity on the first lap, but you were able to recover. Who would you like to thank?
My dad, my brother Troy, my girlfriend Shauna, Bella Vance and Roy, and Chuck Harrison does the videos for me. Go Chuck yourself.
You did have to get that in, didn't you? But he is able to get a third-place finish. Ryan